Okay, people, June 22nd, 2025. We're out here at Eagle Academy in Springfield Gardens, Jamaica. Not the Caribbean, Jamaica, New York, for the tournament being sponsored by Troy and Garth Binns, the Brothers of Thunder. It's about 2 o'clock. Black Belt Division was supposed to start at 1:30. So let's go inside and see what's happening. So when I go out to cover a tournament, I've always been very good at finding the dramatic arc of the tournament and then following that through, from beginning to end. Right? It's not, for me, it's never been about making comments about what the promoter was wearing or trying to find out, oh, who won this division? Who won that division? Unless the promoter wanted to give me those results, then I would publish it. So at this tournament, uh, Trey Brown Williams caught my eye very early, a young fighter, and followed him in all of his fights, and he actually won Grand Champion. So again, I was right on point with that. But the other thing about this tournament that was interesting, it reminded me of a Run DMC concert, if you have seen one, where they come out to close the show and Run says, there's been a whole lot of superstars on this here stage tonight. And that's how it was at this tournament. There were a whole lot of superstars there. And, I ran around making sure, trying to get pictures of them. I missed a couple. I missed Tessa Gordon, Canadian Olympiad. I missed Sheldon Ray also, even though I was speaking to him. I just wasn't thinking like, oh, pull out the camera, pull out the camera. But I didn't get to speak to Tessa, but I'll get them next time, and anybody else that I missed. Yeah, right. First up, we have the Brothers of Thunder, the promoters of the tournament. Garth Binns on the left, Troy Binns on the right. I hadn't seen Troy Binns in a long time, and last time I saw him, he was a middleweight. I walked in the joint this time and I saw him from the back, and I don't know who's this huge heavyweight. It was Troy Binns. But both of the Binns brothers, both are just tremendous, absolutely outstanding martial artists. One time I saw Troy do a form where he had nunchucks in one hand and kama in the other hand. I was like, what? Crazy. Next up, from the Bronx, Kodak Ray, one of the first guys to recognize me at the tournament. Doing great things out there in the Bronx, former nationally rated champion, and actually finished a few years actually number one in his division of fighting. So that's outstanding. And this was the men's fighting grand champion, Trey Brown Williams, a student of Troy Binns. He's been training since he was 4 years old. And the women's grand champion, Tahira Abdul Qadir, El Java's daughter. She's only 20 years old now, and she's been tearing it up, and her future is looking bright. And this is my dojo brother, El Java. We were on the side sparring, and he beat me up again. I hadn't seen him in a while, so it was good to see him and reminisce about Heian Dojo. This is one of my former instructors, Jerry Fast Feet Fontanez, throwing a tournament, and it's in September, seniors only. So he has truly found a new niche, and so far it's been well received. So we'll see what the turnout is in September. And this is another one of my former instructors, Anthony Arango, head instructor of the Martial Arts Institute, Massapequa, New York. So I always preferred training in the inner city schools because the training was more intense, more realistic. There was more of an atmosphere that the students had because they might actually go out and have to use what they were learning that night, the next day, that week. Whereas in the suburbs, the training was always, I felt, softer. And I started my training in the suburbs, in the Huntington YMCA, in a Taekwondo school. But Arango School is an exception to that. So if you want some quality martial arts training, you're on Long Island, I recommend it, Martial Arts Institute. And this is me and Garth Binns together. After all the years I've known him, we didn't have a single photo together, so I was on a mission this tournament. There's me and Jesse Ray from the Bronx, New York, holding it down. I'm a big fan of Jesse's, right? And he's an outstanding fighter. He's doing his thing in the middleweight division, and even after he had the hand injury, he still came back and was taking out top-rated competitors, right? Crazy. But there was one tournament where he lost to Freddie LePan. Now, usually when two guys are fighting, they're both subscribers to On Point Magazine. I try to remain neutral. But when it comes to, Jesse, Frank, Jotty, Kodak, and when I say Frank, I mean Frank Jones. We haven't seen him out for a while, but Frank Jones, Akin Williams, those guys. I can't be neutral. Those are my guys. Chris Styles also, and yeah, I'm gonna roll with them. So anyway, so Freddie beat him at this tournament, and then I said something in the magazine that Freddie LePan has his foot so far up Jesse's rear that he's gonna need microsurgery to get it out. Now I said that to fire Jesse up, right? So he would bring the heat the next time they met. So before they rematched, we were coming home from a tournament, and Kodak was in the car with me, and he had taken offense to what I wrote in the magazine, so he challenged me on it, and that was cool. But yeah, I explained to him, listen, like if you're a fan of the Lakers and the Lakers lose a game, that's going to piss you off a lot more than when the Knicks lose and you're not a fan of the Knicks, so you could care less, so it was that type of thing. Philadelphia legend Keith McKinley. If you have never had the opportunity to see him fight, you really missed out on something, because if you like a lot of, kicking, see a man drop an axe kick on somebody's head and come back and blast him out of the ring with a side kick to the ribs. Keith McKinley had a extremely, spectator friendly style, fan friendly style. Loved watching him. I love the whole Philadelphia national karate team, and got to get an interview with Keith. Got to get an interview with Keith. He's got his story to tell. He's got that whole history of the Philadelphia national karate team and the whole, Philadelphia, that martial arts movement. And, he's also, a well-renowned lawyer, which is incredible that he was able to continue training while going to law school. And one of his students that I met a few years ago, his name I forgot, but he was doing the same thing, actually in law school, and training hard in Taekwondo. This is Kevin Thompson Jr., the head instructor of Shaquille School of Martial Arts in Bloomfield, New Jersey. And he and I are actually working on a secret project together, which we might unveil later this year, or we might just keep it private. Lee Ireland, a New York City legend, well known for the Twin Towers karate tournament that he ran for decades. And Lee Ireland, I believe that it is Lee Ireland and Master Bennett, Errol Bennett, are the only two fighters from New York that have fought in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I believe the 2000s as well. I might be wrong about the 2000s, but I know for a fact 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Yeah. So he's another guy that got to get in and have an interview with. And this is Marcel Fontanez with Golden Feet, one of my dojo brothers from back in the day. He's in his 70s now, and he'll be competing at the seniors only tournament. So he's still kicking and punching, still getting it in, which is just great. Okay, first, let's enjoy this performance by the Forms Grand Champion. Did not catch his name, but he is one of the warriors from Shaquille School of Martial Arts. Hope to meet him in the future, get to shake his hands and congratulate him. Okay, this is Tahira's match fighting for the women's grand championship. That is Tahira in the black and gray uniform with the USA on the back.
Proud Papa, right there. Yes, indeed.
Okay, let's pick up the action with Trey Brown Williams on his way to taking the whole tournament.
Score right now is 4-0 for the man in all black, Trayvon. Trayvon took that.
I have one important question. What's your name?
Trey Brown Williams.
Say that again.
Trey Brown Williams.
Got it.